Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Toro Dice Club. El Toro here. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to be back. I'm glad to have my table put all back together. I do apologize for the delay. I had to wait for a lot of things to get ordered and come in. As you can see down here now, we've got everything's well illuminated. I got new lights. Man, looks like a studio down here. More than a craps session, but that's okay. I'll work around it. And I actually put the camera right there in the middle so you guys can see everything down here. I'm still working on the webcam thing. I'm trying to figure out what I want and the vest and all that stuff. So again, I'm one of those guys that I like to do it right the first time. I really hate doing things over and over again. So anyway, guys, here it is, the table. We're going to play a little game today. Not really a lot of betting, but just a little bit of game because I've never rolled out on this thing. And I'm going to just kind of shoot it out today. So what we're going to do is, I've got a bankroll of $972, something like that, or $982. Basically just under $1,000. And I hope you guys can see it. I think I got it all divvied up right here, laid out across the front. So it's going to be 162 across. All right. So we're going to play quarters and everything. We're buying the 4 and 10. And then she'll be moving the puck as soon as I hit a number. And I got this other puck in here in the off for the come section because she's going to be putting my winnings directly in front of each number right here. And what we're going to do just for fun is I'm just going to see if we hit the field 5 times with our $10 that we get paid. So we're going to always bank 25. We're going to put 10 in the field. We're going to see, just to see how much we can actually parlay this thing into. I'll say this, chances are I'm not going to be able to do it because I'll hit a lot of 6s and 8s, 5, 6, and 8s, which will be losing $10 a throw. But again, we're not really doing any kind of betting strategy today. Just wanted you guys to see the table. So this video right here, we're going to title it Craps Level Up. And what we're going to do, what I'm talking about here is this. So everybody's got practice rigs. Most of you guys watching probably have your own tables that you built, or you've got practice rigs that you purchased. I want you guys to take the time and peel this back. I want you to peel it back. I want you guys to see what's underneath here, because you guys need to know the practice rigs and the practice tables, the way you guys have them set up, are probably at different levels. And I want to explain it like this. Tables, or anything else, any kind of sport, has levels. You got the ground level, and then it comes up to the beginner, right? Intermediate, advanced, and expert. Think of it like martial arts. There's a belt for every stage until you get to your first black. Then from there you start getting stripes, and it's more difficult and more challenging, and more difficult and more challenging, and it requires more commitment. So what I think I've done here with my tables that you guys know is, I believe that I have got my table on expert level, and expert plus probably, with a few bands. Black belt level with as many bands and dans as you can get. Because I will say this, I did roll on the table actually prior to making the video. I rolled on the table a few days ago when I finished it. It wasn't completely put together yet, but I had finished at least fusing the underlayment to this, and then putting down my flannel, and then putting down this overlay. Got it all stretched out the way it's supposed to be. Well, I rolled, and it was tough. This table is pretty tough, and I'm going to show you how hard it is too. It's difficult. Anyway, when I was done practicing on this thing for a few hours, I ended up going to the casino. Same casino I go to. And when I started throwing on that craps table, it was easy. It was easy for me because I was practicing on a difficulty level table of expert plus. So level up your tables, guys. It's time. It's time to level up. If you've been practicing on something that you bought that was built by days of old, level up your table. By leveling up your table, you're going to level up your game. So you're going to do two things. One, you're going to level up the table. Two, you're going to level up your game. And how you're going to do that is you're going to change your underlayment. Two, you're going to start learning how to throw correctly so that you can actually make this thing work for you. Remember, if you can make it work on this table, this type of table right here, a difficulty level high, extremely high, when you go to a casino, they're somewhere here in the middle. It's going to seem very easy to you, okay? Controlling your throw, controlling your mechanics is what you can definitely control. Influencing the dice as they bounce around, it's more difficult to do on one like this. So again, we're going to pretty much roll it out. That's what this video means, and that's kind of what it's all about. So guys, I appreciate everyone sticking together with me. I appreciate all of you subscribers. Those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate that very, very much. It's free. I don't inundate you guys with emails or anything like that. Matter of fact, if you comment, you guys inundate me with the comments. So I've got to take the time to answer everyone back, which is fine. It just takes me a long time to do. So anyway, guys, we're going to play a little game while I practice rolling it out so you guys can watch how the dice hit, they react. You're also going to hear different sounds with these dice. When they hit square flat on the face, it's going to sound like it just landed on concrete. When they hit on the edge, it's going to sound one way. If they land on the corners, it sounds a whole nother way. And if it does land on the corner, by the way, you're going to see it take a sharp turn. Either side. You'll know. So when you put a table like this together, if you want to know what your dice are really doing after your toss and your throw goes out there, you're going to start making a few more adjustments. The more you can fine-tune your mechanics, I can guarantee you, the better you will be, as long as you continue to practice correctly. So if you've been practicing one way and that way just for some reason doesn't work, I'm telling you why. It's because you've been practicing incorrectly. The table you've been practicing on is on entry level, bottom entry, white belt of the karate. White belts, that's what you've been practicing on. Make your table higher in the belt ranking. Get up here in the higher belt ranking. Increase your difficulty level. That way, some of you guys, when you're wondering, man, I practice all day long, and for some reason, when I go to the casino, I don't get the results. Well, this is why. Don't think for a second that the casinos have entry level or white belt tables. If they did, we would all be winning a ton of money, right? They would have pulled those tables, but they don't. So what happened is, you guys bought your rigs, you built your rigs, and just like me, you justify it to your significant other and say, look, I've been practicing, so I'm going to go out of budget this week, and I'm going to take a lot of money, and I should be just fine. And you convince your significant other that that's what you want to do, and then when you come back empty-handed, she's probably still smiling at you, but behind that smile, I don't know what's going to be behind that smile. But trust me when I tell you this, I've done this for many years. In my case, behind that smile was, let's call it, not really anger, but maybe disappointment. Believe me, your spouses want to believe, and they want to make you believe in yourself. So I'm telling you, the real deal is not that your lack of commitment, guys, ladies, gentlemen. It's not your lack of commitment. What it is, it's your lack of having a basic table, a white belt table versus a black belt table, or somewhere even in between. So figure out what you guys need to do to make your tables more difficult. And if you've mastered your table and you think you're good at it, change it. You're going to see right here. I probably won't throw 30 times today. I guarantee you, I may not. But we're going to see how many we have. We're going to have fun with it, right? So as we move forward and progress in our journey together, all you bulls out there, all my little volumes, we're going to level up our game, and we're going to start leveling up our game as a unit. So guys, like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to get on the other side of the camera now. We're going to start throwing, so I'm done lecturing. But my wife today, she's going to be our dealer. Thank you so much, my dear. I'm pretty much, we got everything out there. We got 162 across buying the 4 and 10, and yes, hey, I got my lammers. We're buying it, and we're on our come out roll. So what's going to happen is, let's say I throw a 7 on the come out roll. She's going to grab one of those stacks right there, and she's going to put it back where the casino money goes. And as she pays, as we win, she's just going to put my winnings. You know what? Put the winnings right here in these boxes. How about that? Just stack it up right here in the boxes, okay? And then every $10 that gets paid on top of the 25, you're just going to put it here in the field. And we're going to see how much we can collect. Why not? A little bit of a game. Let's have fun with it. Okay, guys, this is that was 11 minutes of all kinds of stuff, right? Everybody has, we have our own little things, but anyway, here we go. Dice are out. We're going to start throwing and making some magic. Hard 8, guys, 4-4. So that's going to pay 35, 25, and 10 in the field. There you go. Matter of fact, we don't even need this puck over here anymore. I'll put this up here. Right there. That way those are off. All right, hard 8. Hopefully you guys can see these dice. I'm sorry if you can't. Let me see where that camera is. Yeah, well, hard to see them. Hopefully by now you guys know that you can count on me for the dice. I think that's it right there. There we go, hard 8, there it is. Okay, so right to the C and E, right there in that area, hard 8. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to set up our dice again, and we'll see how it goes. So we got, mark the 8 for the point, put the puck on the 8, that way it's out of the way. There we go, nice. All right, so point 8, and we're going to start hopefully hitting some numbers here, guys. You want to mark the 8 on the all tall small or no? Nah. All right, we'll just play. Why not? Ooh, it slipped out of my hands. Hard 10. Woo. 2 hard ways in a row. There we go. 10 is going to pay 2. It's going to pay 2 chips, 2 greens. I won't have anything there. This will pay in the field. There you go. Yeah, I owe you $1 is what it basically is. So let's just say I threw you $1, okay? This goes in the field. That matches it. It's 1-1. So two reds just stack it on top. There you go. Stack it. Yeah, no, I got the, just so that you guys know, I watch everybody's videos. I watch all the channels now, which is really neat. And I was watching the one on Vince, and he says, I think it's called Stack 'em. Is it stack 'em up? Stack 'em up. Anyway, his deal was, you know, hey, let's feed the field. All right, we'll feed it, but I got my own little take on it. I'm going to feed it with a little bit less money because, again, I typically hit more 5, 6, and 8s. I wouldn't want to lose my profits. I like to make some kind of money while I'm out there. Anyway, so dice are out. Short story while I'm rolling. Hard 10 again. Short story. So while I've been out for the last several weeks, I've been at the casinos playing. And playing. There we go. Hard 10 again. And some of the casinos have fire bets, which we've hit a few. But my favorite so far has been the ATS bet. All tall, small, make them all. Because that's what my table, actually I have both on my table. But anyway, while I was at the casino, first night I'm out there, I called my buddy. You guys, I think I talk about him a lot. It's Big Money Mike. We went to a casino. He met me out there after one of his sales calls. And we get there. As soon as we get there, we buy in at the table. The first guy hits the all tall smalls, makes the ATS bet. The next guy does okay. Or actually, the next guy was Mike. He does all right, doesn't hit it. The guy to his immediate left, he makes all the all tall smalls. And I'm waiting. I had no more space for me to go to. I had no more places for me to go. 527. So this loses right here. Okay, and then you took a stack. Perfect. So look at that, three shots. Anyway, we get to the table, and I finally get around because I'm actually standing over here, stick left 1. I finally get the dice, and I do all right. Probably throw 20, 30 times, and I don't get it. I'm 2 away. I couldn't make it. So the dice keep going around. They come around again to me, and finally, I guess I ended up hitting it. So this table hits the all talls and make 'em all, hits the smalls, talls, and make 'em all 3 times in that one session. So needless to say, our take was gigantic. Yeah, we had a big old take. Then, just matter of fact, just yesterday, I left, go to the casino again, and I smashed it again. Except this time I did it from the end of the table, as opposed to stick left 1 or 2. All right, let's say 628. Yeah, 628. Okay, so you'll pay the 25. No, it pays $35. Totals 25 there, 10 in the field. The only ones that'll pay the 2 is the 4 and the 10. Okay. No, you're good. You're doing just fine. Guys, give her a hand. She's doing good. Again, she's not a typical, she's not a dealer, but she tries and she helps me. So that's a good thing. So let's call this, she's earning her black chips. If you guys haven't watched all the videos yet, I made reference to my wife is the one that comes around and steals my black chips out of my rail. That was said in fun. Yeah, you know what I mean? Actually, it's funny because she will do that, but then again, she comes back with more black chips after she's done playing the machines. Whoa, a little far. 639, that's good in the field. So 35. Green behind, and 2 right on top of there.
Oh wait, then I get another. Oh.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So it pays 35. 25. We'll pay 35, so you put 25 and you put 10 right there, and then I got it 10 more. Yeah, it's got 10 more. Yeah, so you always want to do this. You want to pay this one first, then you'll pay that one 25 with the 35. Okay, and then you stack it up. Okay, so now we've got, there's a quarter with a red. Okay? All right, here we go. So anyway, that was my short story. But it was fun. And once again, like I said, it's all gambling, guys. It's all gambling. How you gamble makes a difference on your outing, right? You can either go out there and struggle and, really, really have a bad go about it, or you can, like I said, practice, man. Practice. Make this thing work for you, because that's what we're doing here. Hard 6. Yikes! Damn it. Pull the field all the way. Yeah. And then you're going to put another 25 there, 10 here. Oops, sorry. There we go. Man, this table is difficult. I got to tell you. Guys, this table is different. Way different from the last underlay I had. It's these dice are reacting completely different, and this is what I'm going to tell y'all too. So a lot of guys send me messages and say, "Hey, what's your dice set?" And again, I'm going to tell you, it's not about the dice set; it's about the mechanics that you have. Then, when you choose the dice set that you have, you need to see how they react on the table. You need to see how they're reacting on the table.
So what are you going to buy it for?
Yeah, 2 behind, so 2 greens go back here, and then this just gets paid in the field. So that's a 3-1. You can stack that on top. That's a 3-1-4. Can't do this from the corner. What was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. Golly, I'm getting old.
Mechanics.
Oh yeah, mechanics and table. Yeah, so if you see that your dice set that you've used is really good, but you're not scoring like you're supposed to, then you can't be hard-headed and continue to use the same dice set over and over and over again, because those results are going to continue the same over and over and over again. Watch your dice, see what they're doing. So if you got one dice set and you keep popping up a 4-3, 4-3, look at your dice and find out why you're doing a 4-3, and then rotate your dice either inside, outside, frontwards, or backwards. 1 turn, 2 turns, whatever it is. 1 turn each. And then reload. But whatever it is, you need to find what is working. Right? That's our point. Okay? No. Yeah, you're right. 1 there. This gets taken away. It loses in the field. And
then you go to pay it back.
10 more with it. Okay. Give me that thing right there. I forgot to bring that stick. Okay, yep. So figure out what your dice are doing and make those necessary changes. And this is where you have to learn how to adjust on the fly. So every table is different. Yes. Every casino has different types of tables. Every casino has different underlayments. The majority of them aren't going to have them like this. But I can tell you this table right here, I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so come out roll, we're working. So let's hit it. Let's hit another 4 or 10. Hard 10, baby. That's what I want. 11, yo. That doesn't help me order. It pays in the field, that's right. It sure does. 6-5, yo. So anyway, so you guys want to know here. To the touch, put your hand down there. Is it hard or soft?
Oh, it's hard.
Hard. Feels hard. And it feels like there's nothing underneath this. Right? It feels like there's almost nothing. Most of these tables that I've been to all across the country, to be honest with you, are just like this. They're really damn close. And what I did was I wanted to get something that was even harder for me. Not harder as far as surface-wise goes, but more challenging, if that makes sense, right? I wanted to make it more challenging to myself so that when I do walk into a casino, I know walking in that I was practicing on probably the hardest table in the nation to throw and influence dice on. So when I get to where I need to be, casino-wise, it's a walk in the park. I walk in with confidence. That's another yo. 6-5 yo, there you go. Ha, 6-5 yo, there you go. Those 2 quarters or no? Not yet?
No.
When it gets to quarters, we're going to pull it down. We're just going to make them green. When it turns green, we'll bring some profits. Now, we'll just keep doing we'll just keep following Vince's plan on that field bet there. So anyway, I walk into the casino with a lot more confidence. Not cockiness, but confidence in the fact that I know I practiced, and I really practiced. I probably would say when I'm done with even this, ooh, that got out of control. That got out of control. So when I practice on something like this, I know that when I walk up to that table, that they more than likely will not have a difficulty level. That's 8 point. It was 11 and then 11. See that?
So I pulled that.
That was to be 8.
Okay.
You're not going to get paid.
I paid the 8, 25, and then put 10 on.
Yeah, perfect. So I have confidence when I walk into those casinos that the probability is high that I'm going to beat the table. The table is not going to beat me. So you can bet quarter chips. You can bet black chips, right? I'm 100% confident about my mechanics. I know that I can throw very, very well. Whoa, consistently. Now those of you out there,
Nope, I'm not getting pulled back.
it gets pulled in.
Okay, then you get paid 25.
25 behind and 10 in the field. Here you go. See how easy that is? In the field. In the field. Nothing, don't pass. There you go. So those of you, I also want to do something else. I want to mention this too. So dice influence Dice influence is an interesting thing. No one really believes it. Casinos especially, right? They don't admit that there is any such a thing as dice control. But I want to tell you, I'm gonna pose a question to everybody. One of those things, right?
Oh, 2 craps.
If
Wait, that pays double, right?
that pays double the bubble. So if people don't believe that there is such a thing to manipulating the outcome of the dice, then the question is this. Why are they going so far out of their way to level up their own tables? Think about that. The tables, I mean, as long as I've been playing, again, guys, I'm just a hair over 50, but as long as I've been playing, God, 20, 20 plus years? At least 20 something, 20, who knows?
28 years.
28 years. There. As long as I've been playing, these tables have evolved. So, I have made it a point to also evolve. Now, when I was younger and didn't have money in the bank, there was no way that I could afford to buy a table. Nor did my tiny little apartments afford me the space big enough where I could get a full-size table. That was a 6?
Yep.
Yeah. Just call the points out a little louder if you don't mind. There was no way I could afford a table. I mean, there was definitely no space for one either. So I remember my wife and I in our little 1-bedroom apartment, barely had enough room for the damn cat. Then when our baby came along, we had to get a 2-bedroom. It was just too damn small. I know everybody's been there, right? So anyway, I've, back on target here. I evolved as a craps player, and I started leveling up my game back then, but I didn't really know what I was leveling up. Back then, I wasn't throwing correctly. I wasn't practicing correctly. I was actually going to the casino and practicing at the casinos. And I remember my wife, I would tell her, no, I've been practicing because I used to take dice, and I used to throw them. You guys are going to laugh. I used to throw them, I don't know if y'all can go here, I'll just get this. I used to throw them into boxes. That's where my lights came from, guys. So I used to throw them in little tiny boxes. I would just get cotton balls back then. And a little sheet, like a little pillow. Matter of fact, we get like those little pillows with PetSmarts. And I would throw into the box, into the pillows. That's how I practiced my distance. I didn't know much about, dice influence. I didn't take it very serious. Not as serious as I take it now. But that's what I used to do. I started somewhere though. And the majority of my practice was always done on the craps tables, at the casinos, on my real life dollars. So I can remember my wife looking at me like, God, you're taking how much, with you? And it was like probably $500, $300 or something, small denominations. And I can remember us just sweating it out, Now, add a 0 behind it.
Cool, 7.
Oh, you saw that dice? You see that dice at the end, how it thought it was over? Did you all see that? Huh. Wow. Okay, so that was an 8. I think it was here, and then it just flipped over. Y'all have seen that many times at the casino where it looks like, everybody always says it, right? Turn the magnets off because the dice just flipped right on over. No real reason whatsoever. That's kind of what that one looked like to me. So anyway, now you add back to what I was telling you. Now I do actually practice, and I practice for real. I really leveled up my game, and I've leveled up my table. When I got the table the first time, it was great. It was nice, and it served its purpose. But I started seeing that my table seemed to be a little hard. It sounded not right. It sounded too hard. It was good, but it was hard. 7, damn. 6
Oh,
1.
come on, roll, so you're
No, I'm on.
Oh, you're on. Oh.
Take a stack. How do you find take a stack?
Alrighty.
I'm not afraid of it. I ain't afraid of that. It happens. Part of the game. Doing too much talking, not enough concentrating. So anyhow, level up your games, level up your tables. That's kind of what I'm getting at here, right? I can only say that so often, so many times. Only so many times I can say that. So here we go. Let me get back to this craps throwing here before I go through my bankroll over there and have nothing to show for it. All right, well, that was a terrible throw. That was a terrible throw. Ha ha ha! Too late. Too late. And you threw a 7 over here too.
Oh, great.
Jesus. Let me get back to focusing. Focus my game. Focus my game. Seven. Holy shit. Boy, I'm knocking out. I am killing it right here. 7's galore. I'm gonna change my dice set back to what I had. See guys, little adjustments there I'm making on my dice, and it's not giving me the right numbers. I'm making small changes down here that you guys don't even see it, but it's killing me. Obviously I'm beating up myself.
Well, 6.
There's a 6. There we go. So again, you got to be able to look at your dice, see what they're doing, and then make adjustments. And you got to make adjustments on the fly, because you know what? You can't sit there at the casino and make studies. They're going to look at you and say, "Well, come on now, are you going to shoot or what are you going to do?" So you got to really be careful with what you're doing. If you make a mistake like what I just did, I made 3 of them, 1, 2, 3 7s in a row. I changed my dice, and obviously I hurt myself. The adjustment was wrong.
6.
5-1-6. That's my point. So we hit that one square. Lose that.
We'll put it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically what I can see is I am probably down serious money right now. But never fear. You know, it always comes back. It always comes back. Again, I'm not used to this table yet. I'm still trying to figure out what my dice are doing, guys. So don't criticize me about, hey, you know, you can't throw anymore. That's not the case. This is literally a brand new underlayment. This whole table has completely changed the dynamic of what's going on here.
2 crabs.
2 crabs. There we go. Yeah, so guys, I am so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back home for a little bit. I'm glad that my casino outings were profitable. It makes it all worth the while. I hope everybody had a chance to practice. I hope you guys have been throwing. Actually, too, the other thing I hope y'all are doing is documenting what you're doing. I hope you're documenting your throws to yourself, not for me, but to yourself. You know, how I do my dice or how I track them is, if I really get down to the down and dirty, I will get 2 different colored dice.
I'm supposed to pay you double for that. I didn't.
Okay, there we go. Look at that, my dealer. I wasn't even paying attention. Look, honest dealer. So here we go.
6.
Those 2 dice hit square. See how loud that was?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear it?
Very much.
Did y'all hear the difference on that one? No difference here. Nothing changed. Nothing changed there. Those dice just hit square. Loved it. That was beautiful. So I'm hoping you guys are practicing. Like I said, when I practice and I really get down serious about watching my dice and I really need help watching the dice, then I will get 2 different color dice, and I look at them to see where did I end up, and I spend a lot more time documenting than anything else.
4.
All right.
What is that for you again?
2
2 greens.
2 greens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not even pressing. We're just
No.
playing. Like I said, we're just playing a game here, guys. This is not to be profitable, none of that stuff. This is just to see, again, what the dice are doing, how the table's reacting. I wanted you guys to see what the table was doing, because it's like I said, this son of a gun is really, really, really difficult. It's difficult. Definitely not the, it's not vinyl, or it's not 2 layers of vinyl. It's not none of that stuff. It's not felt. It's nothing bouncy like that. This is a whole different animal. I love it. I love that it's more challenging. I love the difficulty level of it. You know, I get a kick out of beating things, winning. I get a kick out of winning and conquering these things. My own quiet way.
Hey,
8. There we go.
well done, not creative.
Did I get that 6 before or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's see if I can make it. I don't remember. I'll just leave it. If I hit it again, then we'll pull it and we'll change it up. Well, again, like I said, we're really not doing a serious game. It's more, it's kind of just more testing. Like I said, testing these dice, testing the table. Whoa!
5.
Golly, that had some roll on it, didn't it? Goodness.
Take that, and then I give you a chip.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, guys. I forgot.
Just one, right?
Yeah, and then 10 and the, yeah, 25 base 35. That's the other thing. You know, when I say, my other videos, I tell you, hey, know your numbers, know your numbers. Well, as you guys know, my number's typically a 5, an 8, and a 9. And then if I do anything, it'll be, you know, a 4 or 10, those kind of are intermittent, right? Well, if you go down there and look, that 5 and 9 are my weak numbers. My 6 and 8 is what I'm hitting right dead center on the inside, more so than the others. And the 4 and 10, look at them, they're even Stevens almost, equal stacks.
6.
Speaking of 6s, there we go. There's another one. Which that's good, right? Point hits.
So now I'm thinking 1, and then 20, and then 10.
10 in the field. Yeah, just like that. You know, what the heck. So, sometimes things change, right? Sometimes your dice, you gotta, like I said, you gotta be able to adapt on the fly, guys. The table might be different. Now, if you have tables that you go to that are in your neighborhood and right around you, and they match what you're throwing on, then don't change a thing, because that's where you're going to make your money. But I can tell you from my neck of the woods over here, these tables, all the tables I've seen, no sirree, Bob. These tables are difficult.
8.
8. Now March Madness, I'll be in Vegas for sure. I think I've mentioned that before. We're usually going to be. It depends on where we end up staying, but we usually end up playing over at Bellagio. Here we go. MGM. We play in that whole area over there. But we got a ways to go. So everybody, if you guys like to gamble and you guys like to go there, March, it's usually going to be the second week. 7. All right, so that one's shut down. I got 1 more to go. That will be it right there. So I got 1 more session. So guys, that'll be a total of 6 sessions that I played. And it was pretty short because I clobbered the other ones. But, you know, again, like I said, it's going to take a little bit for me to get used to this table. And we'll see. If I roll a 7 here, then I mean, hey, we're done. Video's over with. But again, guys, I really do appreciate you guys waiting on me and, you know, watching. I say it's important to me because I like giving information. 7 out, yeah. So we're done. I like giving out information that's true, that's real, that makes sense. So, guys, there was our 7. Just like I said, we're done. We're done with the video. I appreciate you watching all the way till the end. Again, like, subscribe. Let's see what we got back there. I told you we had basically $1,000, just under 1,000, 970 something. We're nowhere near that. Yeah, we're a lot short. That's 500. 1, 2, 3, 4. 575. So we're short just on that little game. We're short $400. Let's just call it. You know, not a big deal. I probably can still make it up. And that's, again, like I said, brand new table. It is what it is. Guys, thank you. Thanks to our dealer for helping us out. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Guys, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the videos. This is not one of those ones where, hey, let's just grade it and thumbs up, thumbs down. This is just one of those, hey, I wanted to reintroduce you back to the new table with the new underlayment so y'all can see how these dice are working. For me now, the challenge is going to be getting myself to get to that, what is it, basically 16, 17, 18 rolls consistently out of 36. So out of 2 sessions, I should be able to roll 16, 17 times. If I can do that on my table, I will definitely be rolling forever at these casinos. Again, because the difficulty level of this particular table surpasses those of where I've seen tables wise. So guys, thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Again, I'm back, and we'll be creating a few more videos here, and you know, making stuff happen. Thanks again. I appreciate you. Peace.